What's going on, people? Borja Polo, yours truly here again, ready to talk about the Madrid Deportivo game being played this Sunday, 9 p.m. Spanish time in the Estadio Bernabeu. Now, before I get into the game, please, I've seen a lot of people, I've got a lot of views, but I encourage people to comment, to ask me questions, tell me what you agree with, what you don't agree with, if there's anything you would like to learn more about, anything you want me to talk about, other games, whatever. Just please let me hear some comments, let me hear some feedback, let me know what you're interested in. That will make everything better for people watching and for myself. Anyways, let's get into the game. Real Madrid Deportivo. It is a very interesting game. Deportivo beat us 2-1 at home at the beginning of the year, and now we're starting the second round. We have never won in Deportivo Stadium. We haven't won in 18 years, but in the Bernabeu it's a totally different story. Now, Deportivo, in my opinion, has one of the worst teams in Spanish Liga, and they're doing a pretty good season for what they have. They're in 8th place. They're also playing the UEFA Cup, so I'm pretty impressed with them because, like I said, I think they have a really weak team. A lot of big news regarding Deportivo. To begin with, 2 weeks ago they entered what in Spain we call the Pyrenees or the Alps, which basically means that you play against the Spanish Liga's top 5 teams in a row. Every team has to go through them, and it goes Sevilla, Barcelona, Madrid, Villarreal, Valencia. That's how it goes in that order, and everyone that goes through it, chances are they won't get that many points out. Now, Deportivo was coming from a good winning streak. They lost 3-0 against Sevilla, lost 5-0 against Deportivo, and I am predicting a 2-0 win tomorrow, Sunday by Real Madrid at least. That is my prediction, okay? So now Deportivo, their motivation, emotionally, psychologically, I think it's weak. I think it's weak because they just suffered a humongous loss last Saturday versus Barcelona, 5-0. They had one shot on target the whole game, okay? To top it off, Andrés Guardado, probably their star player, if not one of them, the young Mexican international, injured for 6 to 8 weeks. Knee problem, okay? Now, Lotina has done something very weird. I don't agree with it at all, yet interesting. He is drastically changing his tactics, his scheme, his setup, his lineup, in order to just substituting their natural substitute, which would be probably Christian or Pablo Alvarez. He is drastically changing the lineup to a 4-3-2-1, okay? Something he hasn't used at all this season yet. What is he going to play with? He is going to start Valerón. For all of you that don't know, Valerón is an old Spanish player that suffered a great knee injury and has been out 3 years on and off. In his time, he was one of Spain's most promising players. They call him the Spanish Zidane. Very tactical, very classy, very smooth on the ball. Great technique, great vision of the field, great pass. Honestly, a great player. But he's been out for 3 years. How hard is it to be out 3 years and have to play against Real Madrid? We will see. He's going to play with Bodipo up top. Bodipo is not a good forward, but he's on streak. He's in a streak. In his last 4 games, he scored 3 goals. So without counting out Barcelona games, the game against Barcelona, he's had 1 goal per game. Behind him is going to be Valerón, which I already talked about. Lafita is a great player, good on the ball, technical, great player. And behind him, they're going to play with 3 workhorses: Tomás, Juan Rodríguez, and Verdú. I don't really like that midfield. I don't think any of those players really, well, Juan Rodríguez, okay, is top notch, but yeah, they're just going to work and try to destroy Real Madrid's game. Now in the back we have Felipe, lefty Brazilian, very good. I think him and Guardado make a very good left flank. They're both technical, they're both fast, they touch it good. When Felipe overlaps, he's dangerous, can cross it good. So yeah, but without Guardado, again, we'll see how it goes. In the middle we have Lopo and De Castro, young Portuguese player. I like him a lot. He needs time to mature. He didn't do that good last year in Atletico. And Lopo, pure experience, tall, good in headers, well positioned. So he's a good defender. And on the right, I think one of the keys to the game, Manuel Pablo. He is also very old. He also suffered a knee injury, and even though he's been recovered for a couple of years, he's not the same. He's a lot slower. And I believe that Real Madrid needs to expose him. We need to expose him. Like I said, Robin is going to be playing on the right. I think he should be doing what he does a lot, but he should do it more often, which is switching sides back and forth and trying to go at Manuel Pablo, because he will get by him 100%. About Real Madrid, they're going to be using the same lineup as last game, okay? Which, if you guys don't know, is Raúl Higuaín, Snyder on the left, Gago, Lasana Diarra in the middle, Robin on the right, Ramos, Pepe, Cannavaro, Heinze, Casillas. I think a key, talking about Manuel Pablo, a key would be to put Marcelo in. I said it last game too, and I hold my position. Marcelo can overlap, he can dribble, he can get in there, cross it, something which Satan can do, and we would be able to further expose Manuel Pablo's weaknesses. The key in the game, I think, is to not let Deportivo get goals from set pieces, especially crosses, which Lopo could put in, De Castro, etc. Also, I think if Deportivo scores, which I don't think they will either be a set piece or maybe a scrappy goal from Bodipo, a rebound, or one of those pushing goals, whatever. I think the key for Real Madrid is in the midfield. For Gago and Lasana Diarra, none of the two very creative players to overcome the three midfielders, the three workhorses I was talking about. I think that's the key in the game. I think it's also to open the ball to the flanks and Higuaín's movement. Lopo is good, but he's slow. Okay, how he moves behind him is gonna be vital. So, like I said, that's my prediction: 2-0. I think we're gonna see Real Madrid, what we've seen so far, an effect.